Alright guys, MTech Guy here. Now then, I've got a new car for the channel. I've just purchased it, but of course it wasn't anywhere local. It's about 1,000 kilometers away. So for any of you guys watching that aren't familiar with New Zealand, with us guys down here in the bottom of the Pacific, New Zealand is made up of 2 islands here. Well, it's actually 3. You've got Stewart Island down the bottom here. So the car's up in Auckland. I'm down here in Christchurch. So I've got a 1,000 kilometer drive. Got to get a ferry from the North Island to the South Island and along the coast here. That's not too much of a big deal, but the car's 35 years old. It's an old school BMW. So because I'm down here and I can't stand in front of the car and have a good look at it, what I did is I organised one of the main dealerships, the BMW dealerships up in Auckland, to carry out pre-purchase inspection. Then that'll just give me a good idea of what I might be getting myself in for. And the report didn't come back too bad. I was quite happy with it. There's nothing that gives me any real concern. So it was quite an extensive report, and there was a full page list of faults. Well, actually it was just over a full page, but it was all little incidental things, which is what I would expect with a car of this age. It's 35 years old, and that's just what I'm looking for. I want something that I can work on too, but other than that, the car's solid. There's no rust. The engine was rebuilt not that long ago. The interior was refurbished. But amongst the list, there was 3 things that did give me a little bit of cause for concern, just in terms of getting the car home. Now, the first one, the battery, they did a battery test on it, and the capacity was at 63%. Now, when it gets down to 60, that's the point where you'd want to change it. So it's getting so close, it's right on the cusp. Now, it might be fine, but once I get down to Wellington and I've got to catch the ferry the next morning, it's going to be cold. It's the tail end of winter here, so I don't want any problems first thing in the morning, going to crank it over, and then if it doesn't start and I've got a problem and I can't get to the ferry, so I don't want to end up stranded if I can help it. So for the cost of a battery, what I might do is once I've picked the car up, I might stop at a auto parts store and then get a new one, and that'll eliminate that concern. Now, the other thing is the heater blower motor isn't working. So not the end of the world. I can always crack the windows open for a bit of ventilation, but it is a bit of a concern again when I'm getting up early in the morning to get the ferry. It's going to be cold, and if the windows are all fogged up, it's going to take so long to try and defog the car. So there's going to be a lot of messing around. And what I'll do is I'll take a few extra layers with me, because it is bloody cold here at the moment, and I'm not going to be getting any real blast of heat through them vents, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a handful of fuses with me, just on the off chance that it turns out just to be the fuse for the blower motor. It could be the resistor. I should say it probably is. They were very common to fail on these cars, but you never know. I might get lucky. It might just be a fuse, so I think it's worth a shot just for the sake of taking a handful of fuses with me. And the only other thing is it does have a cracked hose to the rocker cover. The inspector reckons this is causing a rough idle. So again, I don't want any issues where, if I don't know how bad the rough idle is, but I don't want any issues if I'm stopping at a junction or traffic lights and it's cutting out on me. So what I did, I'd contacted the dealer to see if they could get me a new hose in, and I would have picked it up there once I've got the car and then fitted it before driving home. Unfortunately, they're about 3 weeks away. The same with the genuine batteries as well. So I want to go and get the car now. I don't want to wait around for 3 weeks. So what I'm going to do, I know it's a bit of a ghetto fix, but I'm going to take a roll of tape with me, and hopefully I can just patch it up enough where it's not going to cause any issues on the drive home. At this stage, we're just looking to get the car home without any dramas. So I'm really pleased with how the report came back. Everything looks good. There's nothing of any major concern. There is a few little bits and pieces that I can work through, which is where all the fun is for someone like myself. And of course, we'll get some content out of that for the channel also. But like I say, because I couldn't stand in front of the car, this has given me that peace of mind. I know what I'm getting myself in for. Ideally, I could have flown up and had a look, but there's a lot of expense involved with that if it turns out to be a bit of a lemon. But this car looks pretty good. I did get some quotes off some transport companies to get it freighted down. They were coming in about $1,600, so stuff that. I can get it home for a lot less than that. So let's go and jump on an aeroplane, shoot up to Auckland, and then drive all the way home in a 35-year-old BMW. All right, let's go and catch this flight. right, I've just picked up the car, and the guy was nice enough to meet me at the airport. And then what I did is we went across Auckland to run him home, and then I've just ripped across Auckland now in this car. Absolutely love the car, had so much fun. But we're just making a pit stop to Repco. I'm not sure about that battery because it was only just above 60% capacity with the test off the pre-purchase inspection, so I don't want to have any dramas tomorrow morning when I've got to get up early in the cold to go and catch the ferry. So I'm going to go pick up a new battery for the car, and while I'm here I'm going to test the fuse for the heater for the blower motor because I've got no ventilation at the minute. It's so hot in here, and then if I crack the window open it's so cold because it's wintertime outside, so I can't win at the minute. So it would be nice if I get really lucky and it's a fuse. I doubt that it's going to be that, but hey, it's worth a shot. I've got a long drive ahead of me. I'll also have a look at that vacuum hose. Now the car's not idling that bad, but when it is warm you can just notice it's just slightly off, so I'm going to try and sort something out with that vacuum hose with a bit of tape for now. To be honest, the battery doesn't look that bad. It has got the green light there. I'm a bit reluctant to start undoing everything now. I don't want to risk breaking anything and not be able to put it back together, so I might just leave that for now. It does seem healthy, and they did advise me they hadn't had any trouble starting it in the mornings. Maybe I'll just go and buy a brand new one just in case, and I can leave it in the boot then just in case I do get stranded. I do have an option. Yeah, let's get a new one. There we go, just in case we need it. I'm not going to try and fit it now because I've got a long drive ahead of me. I want to get going. That other battery does look okay, but at least we've got this just in case. There's our vacuum hose. No wonder it's not idling correctly. I'm just going to do a ghetto fix with that for now. There we go, it was cracked. Now it's not cracked. Well, it's still cracked, it's just we can't see it now, we're hiding it. So not pretty, not the perfect fix. It's going to do just to get us home and avoid that rough idle. So here we go guys, we like to do things properly on this channel. So we're a fuse 20 for the blower motor. Oh, look at that, looks like it's blown, so we'll try a new one, eh? Brand new one here. 20 amp fuse in position 20. Oh well, it doesn't work. It's worth a try though. Alright, let's go. Well, so far so good. She's keeping nice and cool. You can definitely feel that it's got a short rear end in it, this one. It's got a 4:10 ratio diff from the factory, so if I'm sitting on 100 k's per hour, it's turning about 2,700 RPMs. It's in 5th gear, so you can definitely feel it. It's not too bad, but you can definitely notice it's got that short rear end. But I tell you what, in the lower gears through town, this car absolutely rips. Awesome. And it's sitting beautifully on the motorway. The suspension feels so planted. I'm really loving this car. I can't believe how tight the suspension feels, and it just holds the road nice and rides nice for such an old car. I can't believe it. I'm going to say it. I think this rides better than my E46. And the engine, it doesn't have to pick up at about 4 grand. It's awesome. Look at that fuel economy. Look at the meter there. I can't believe it. I've never owned a BMW that has such good fuel economy. I've hardly used any fuel. If this was the M5, I'd probably be on my 4th tank of petrol by now. This little car is awesome. The blower's not working. Hasn't been too much of a big deal with the vents open. I've been getting a bit of ventilation here that's just been coming through with the movement of the car. I've been travelling at a fair old speed for most of the journey, so unless I'm in town it hasn't been too bad. But yeah, in the stop and go traffic it's like a bloody greenhouse in here. And I mean the car is like a greenhouse anyway. Look at all that visibility. So there's no wonder. We're going to have to get that blower sorted at some point anyway, so that's a bit of content for another video. Now, the old idle's certainly sorted itself out with my fix earlier. It's been very well behaved so far. Alright guys, made it to Wellington with zero issues. I've woken up this morning, the car cranked over nicely. Just waiting to board the ferry now, and it's absolutely freezing in here. Of course, we've got no heat. Well, we've got heat, but we've got no way of getting that heat into the cab. Yeah, that battery cranked over fine this morning. I've still got that new one in the boot. But anyhow, let's get on this ferry and then let's get moving to the South Island. So back on the South Island now and heading home. And since I picked the car up yesterday, I've spent a number of hours sitting in this driver's seat, and I can honestly say, out of all the cars that I've ever owned, I've never been so happy with a car after just picking it up. It's far exceeded my expectations, this car, and it's so much fun to drive. I can't put enough emphasis on that. This car has been so much fun. It's absolutely awesome, and it just keeps surprising me the whole way down here. I mean, I drove for like 7.5 hours yesterday on the North Island, and the whole way down I was just smiling to myself, and the car was just so much fun to drive. Now on paper it doesn't look like much. It's only got about 135 horsepower if I remember rightly, not a huge amount of torque, but this thing, it's about half the weight of my E60 M5, so this weighs 1125 kilograms. My M5 weighs what, 1950, so not quite half, but it's just about two of these would be the same weight as my M5, which is insane because the M5's got aluminium or full aluminium engine, half the body panels are aluminium, the subframes are aluminium, most of the suspension components are aluminium, all of the items are steel on this car, and it still weighs just about half that car. So just due to the size of this car, the weight of it, the footprint of the wheelbase, the track, but most importantly what suspension this car's got in it from the factory, it just handles so well and it's so well balanced. It's just about 50-50 weight distribution, and you can really feel it when you're driving it. Well balanced, it's well proportioned, it's just the right weight, and it's the way the power's delivered with this engine, it's just absolutely awesome. I'm so happy with this car. Listen to that exhaust now. Factory headers, no catalytic converters. Oh yeah. Better stop for a bit of lunch, eh? Well, before the sun goes down, I suppose we better take a look at what aboard, eh? It's a 1990 318 IS. So it's got the 4-cylinder twin cam 16 valve motor, 1 year only for this year. It's New Zealand new, 15-inch basket weave wheels from the factory. Of course, the Shadowline trim, got the black headliner, Entec steering wheel. It's been covered in Alcantara, this one. 5-speed manual, they only came in a manual, these ones. And these beautiful traditional German tartan seats. Of course, the sports seats very much like Recaro's of the day. Engine's got headers from the factory. No catalytic converters on this one because it was a New Zealand new. It wasn't required back then. So the engine's been rebuilt. The interior's been refurbished. Overall, it's a really good car. It's a really solid car. There are some little bits here and there. This original single stage paint is starting to go a bit Milky Bar Kid in areas now, so that's going to need a good polish, a good tidy up, which isn't a big deal. Of course, there's everything that was on the pre-purchase inspection, and then there's just some little bits here and there that's going to be enough to keep me out of trouble. We'll get some content on them ones. So yeah. .318 IS. Alright, let's get this thing home. Let's get it under the carport. Oh yes, this car's got such a unique exhaust note. It's got a real raspy, barky sound to it, but it's delivered in that BMW orchestral manner. Yeah, this car's a real scrappy-do of a car. It certainly hasn't got a big mighty engine like some BMWs, but it's got a real fire in its belly that doesn't half make up for it, that's for sure. It just goes, this thing. It's flipping awesome. Right, we made it back to Christchurch with no dramas. Now, I'd never driven one of these cars before, 318 IS. I've been keeping my eye out on this car for a long time, watching this exact car. There was something about this car that stood out to me. I just had to have it. Never driven one before. I'd watched a few reviews with mixed opinions, but after driving this car for approximately 1,000 kilometers, I can honestly say it's far outweighed my expectations on what this car would be like to drive, and not just a little bit. It's not like, oh yeah, it's a little bit better than what I thought it would be, or even tenfold. It's like 100-fold times better than what I thought it would be. So yes, very happy with this little old BMW. Anyway, if you found the video interesting and you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like. Make sure you go and check out the rest of my YouTube channel for more BMW content. Consider subscribing if that's your cup of tea. I'm MTech Guy. Thanks a lot for watching.